Hello and welcome to this tutorial. In this tutorial, we are going to cover AWS CloudFront. Now before we start, I would request everyone to watch our previous videos. In the previous videos, we have covered AWS Introduction. We have also covered IAM section, followed by S3 bucket. Now in this section, we are going to cover AWS CloudFront concepts, how AWS CloudFront delivers the content, and also we are going to do a small demo of AWS CloudFront. CloudFront is a CDN content delivery network. It retrieves data from Amazon S3 bucket and distributes it to multiple data centers location. It delivers the data through a network of data centers called edge locations. The nearest edge location is routed when the user requests for data, resulting in lowest latency, low network traffic, and fast connect to data. How AWS CloudFront delivers the content. AWS CloudFront delivers the content in the following steps. The first is the user accesses a website and requests an object to download, like an image, any other objects, or any other files from the origin server. The DNS routes your request to the nearest CloudFront edge location to serve the user requests. And then at edge location, CloudFront checks its cache for the requested file. If found, then returns it to the user. Otherwise, it basically first CloudFront compares the request with the specification and forward it to the applicable origin server for the corresponding file type. The origin server sends the file back to the CloudFront edge location. As soon as the first byte arrives from the origin, CloudFront starts forwarding it to the user and adds the files to the cache in the edge location for the next time when someone again requests for the same file. The object is now in an edge cache for 24 hours or for the provided duration in the file headers. Then CloudFront does the following. CloudFront forwards the next request for the object to the user's origin to check the edge location version is updated or not. If the edge location version is updated, then CloudFront delivers it to the user. If the edge location version is not updated, then origin sends the latest version to CloudFront. CloudFront delivers the object to the user and stores the latest version in the cache at the edge location. Now let's move to the demo section. In this demo, we are going to show you how a CloudFront works. I have logged into the AWS Management Console. The very first thing which I'm going to do is I'm going to log into the AWS S3 section. I'll click on S3. Now first and foremost, I have to upload two files. One is index.html file and the other is one JPEG image, or I can upload one index.html file to show the CloudFront activity. I'll save this HTML as an index.html and I'll upload this index.html to the S3 bucket. So let's do that. You can see here in this bucket dbw AWS training, I already have this index.html uploaded and I also have one s3.jpeg. Now from the S3 bucket, our steps are done. Now I'll go to the AWS Management Console and I'll search for the CloudFront service. And in the CloudFront distribution, what I have to do is I have to create one distribution. There are two options. One is web and second is RTMP. The second one, which you could see, CloudFront is discontinuing support for RTMP distribution on December 31st, 2020. For more information, you have to visit this announcement. I'm going to start with the web. Now here, create a web distribution if you want to speed up the distribution of a static and dynamic content, for example, HTML, CSS. Now in our case, we are going to test with one index.html file. So I'm going to use this web distribution. Now it is asking for origin setting and origin domain name. Once you click on origin domain name, it will show you all the options from Amazon S3 bucket Elastic Load Balancer. Now we know Amazon S3 bucket, we have two buckets, and in this bucket I have uploaded the index.html file. So I'm going to select this index.html file. As soon as I'll select the origin domain name, the origin ID will automatically come S3-DBW AWS training. Either you can restrict the bucket or you can keep it public. The default cache behavior, you can view protocol policy, either HTTP or HTTPS, or you can redirect HTTP to HTTPS. You can choose anyone. You can also allow HTTP method get head option. I'm not going to touch any other settings. I'll keep it default. No need to change any other settings, and just you have to click on create distribution. Now as soon as you click on create distribution, it will take around 12 to 15 minutes to create the distribution. Now what I have done is, before this recording of this training tutorial, I have already created the same distribution with the same bucket. So I'll just go ahead and cancel this one because I already have this distribution created. Now you could see delivery method is web, ID is this one, domain name, it has given me the one domain name, and the origin is DBW AWS training. You can also say status is deployed and state is enabled. Now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to copy the domain name and I'll click on domain name, and as I know, index.html is the file which I have created here. Now if I click on index.html, you could see the index.html is showing here with the web URL. This is the domain name. You could see the domain name with some random digit, random numbers .cloudfront.net, and this has the AWS S3 bucket index.html access. Now it is showing AWS CloudFront testing, CloudFront demo successful. Now if you just go back to the S3 bucket and you directly open the index.html, it will also show the same file. It is also showing the same file. So in that way, we were actually able to complete the demo of CloudFront. Now, if you have any questions regarding the CloudFront, please don't forget to comment in the comment section. That's all we have in the CloudFront. Stay tuned for other videos. Thank you so much.